Singapore, a small Asian island, a neutral state with one of the strongest passports in the world. It became a wonder in the world of economy when it became wealthy in less than 50 years. How so? The answer is in this video. Singapore was under the British colonization for more than a century. Then it was occupied by Japan for 3 years during the World War II. After that, it was colonized again by Britain after the defeat of Japan till the year 1959, when Singapore got a partial independence from Britain in exchange for the submission of some ministries like Foreign Affairs and Defense under the British control till 1963, in which Singapore got the entire independence and got united with Malaysia for only 2 years. This was due to the disagreements between the governing parties of the two countries due to race, religion, and economy. This moment caused the Prime Minister of Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, to cry and to be frustrated. But it was also the reason why he was determined to change the situation of the country and work for its renaissance. Indeed, this is what happened. It's crystal clear that Lee Kuan is the founder of the modern Singapore. He dragged it from swamps to skyscrapers. So who is Lee Kuan? He was named the Prime Minister in 1959. Then he abdicated voluntarily in 1990. Lee Kuan was called the wise and fair dictator for following a strict reformation system in which he was not resilient with any infractions. He tightened his grip on the opposition parties in the country. Also, the death penalty was imposed on those who were accused of corruption in drug dealing. All of that was in exchange of getting Singapore to what it is now. Others called Lee Kuan the godfather of Singapore because after he got the authority, poverty struck 2/3 of the inhabitants and illiteracy's percentage was more than 50%. As for unemployment, it reached 14%. This is why Lee Kuan decided to rise with the country through investing in educating the citizens. And for that, he allocated a big part of the country's budget. This is why the educational system of Singapore became one of the most successful systems and became a model to follow for many countries. Education was obligatory and parents were punished for not sending their children to school. The government invested in national competencies and stopped brain drain and brought to them foreign competencies. And then they were given important jobs in the government. Away from education, Lee Kuan worked to attract foreign investors, which made the country more stable politically and economically, while fighting against corruption. In 2016, the gross domestic product jumped to 360 billion after it was only $2 billion during the 60s. Also, the annual average per capita income reached $30,000 after it was less than $500. As for unemployment, it reached only 2%, which is the lowest in the world.